Welcome to Virtual STEM Club Cardboard Catapult. I'm Sandy, and today we're going to take some cardboard tubes and some other things, and we are going to make a working catapult. You should have already picked up your take and make bag, which will have everything in it that you'll need to do this project. Let's get started. Take and make bag, you'll have 2 cardboard tubes, and the smaller one will likely be inside the bigger one, so you can just pull those apart like that. You'll have a small dowel, a piece of paper, 2 rubber bands, and then on the back of your bag you'll have some masking tape attached to your bag that we'll use, and then you will need a pen or a pencil and a pair of scissors from home. So once you've unpacked your bag, we'll start with step 1, and you can set everything aside for this except the smaller tube. And the smaller tube is going to have holes punched in one end and then no holes in the other. And so we want the smaller tube, and we're going to take the piece of paper and we're going to trace the paper. And with your pen or pencil, whatever you have at home, and just trace it. Just use the tube as a template, and you can see I'm not doing a really good job backwards here, but once you get your tube traced, you'll take your scissors and cut your circle out. And it doesn't have to be a perfect circle, just do your best and cut. And once you have your circle cut out, you're done with that piece of paper. And then we're going to take the tube, the smaller tube, and attach our circle to the end that does not have the holes punched in it. So you see our holes here. We're going to take our cardboard like this, and we're going to take a piece of our masking tape and just kind of put part of it on the tube and wrap it around and fold it over. We just need to attach the little circle to our tube, and that's going to create kind of a backstop for whatever we launch out of our catapult. So just take and make sure that you've got your little piece of round paper attached to the end of your tube. It'll look something like this. Your piece of paper will be attached to the end that doesn't have the holes. And we'll set that aside. And then we're going to take, excuse me, the bigger tube, and eventually we're going to cut a couple of slits in this tube. But to start off, I want to take some more of the masking tape that's on your bag, and I'm going to put a couple of pieces like this, just kind of take them the long way and fold them over. And what that's going to do is create a little bit of support for the slits that we're going to cut in the tube. So if we just fold one end in, wrap it over, and pull it down like this, and that'll create just a little bit extra support. So once you've done that, then you'll take your scissors and you're going to cut some slits in your tube. And I would say probably 1/2 inch apart, so they're going to look something like this. You can see them kind of lift up. And what's going to happen once we get both slits cut and we get our Catapult assembled is we're going to slip our rubber bands over these little tabs to help us launch our catapult. So then we'll take the other side, and again, we'll cut some slits. Oops, sorry about that. Maybe 3/4 of an inch long, somewhere around in there. And just make sure your sides are pretty even. And again, now we've got a little tab here where we can slip our rubber bands. So then what we're gonna do is we're going to take a rubber band and you'll slide your rubber band kind of underneath that tab and slide it down and slide it down to the bottom of the tab right here. So do one on one side and then take the other rubber band and slide it under here on the one on the opposite side. If you want to make sure that you do these as close to equally as you can, and then just slide the rubber band down. And then once you've got both rubber bands on there, we'll take some more masking tape and we're going to reinforce the whole end of the tube. So we'll go like this and attach it on the tube. And sometimes when you're going around a circle, the tape doesn't want to lay especially flat, so I like to maybe tear it in half and then kind of fold it like this, and then kind of rotate your tube and then overlap and put your tape down. And it's okay if you end up taping over your rubber band, that's fine. That's not going to hurt anything in this experiment. And then just tape it down. And you can do this a couple of times if you want. It's just going to secure the ends of your tubes better, support your rubber bands better, make it a little more durable. So once I get each side covered twice, we'll be done with that. And just make sure that you pull your rubber band down out of the way as much as you can, and just smooth it down, make sure it's attached like that, and then just smooth it down inside. And this is what you should have. And right now our ends are open. So our next step is going to be taking our tube that has the holes punched in it, and you should be able to just slide your dowel right through the holes. So it's going to look something like this. And just, again, take it out and just poke it right through your holes. And you may have to wiggle it just a little bit to get it to line up, but something like that. You can see the dowel inside. Then we'll move this scissors out. And then we'll slide the end that has our piece of paper attached to it. We'll slide that in, and so you'll be able to see that in the end with the rubber bands. And then this will be the tricky part. You'll pull your rubber bands and slide them down over the dowel. And they're gonna stretch a little bit. And if the rubber band pulls kind of hard, you may need some help with an older sibling or a parent. But once you get your dowels attached, you're going to be looking at something like this. And again, you'll be able to look in this end and you'll see the piece of cardboard taped to the other end. And you can start attempting to launch things. I don't recommend pointing this at any of your siblings, your pets. Don't point it at a glass, anything glass. If you want to make a paper target, that's great. That's something fun you can use. And you could, if you have small, like a hollow ping pong ball or something like that, you could use that. Something that's not gonna hurt if somebody gets hit or break something valuable of your parents. I have just a piece of crinkled up paper here. I'm gonna put that in the end of my catapult, and I'm going to hold it at the bottom and try to keep your fingers out of the way of the rubber bands. And if you have to, you can always slide your rubber bands closer to the ends of the dowels to keep them out of the way of your fingers. But then you're gonna pull back, and you're gonna feel resistance, because that's part of a catapult, is when we pull back, that's gonna create our force to launch our projectile. That's how the catapult works. Have fun. So what we have done in creating our cardboard catapult is we've created a simple machine. A simple machine is defined as a machine that uses a device that changes the direction or magnitude of force. So by using these rubber bands, and the particular rubber bands we use because they're creating friction when we pull against the rubber bands, they're creating a greater force, and then when we let go, it shoots our object that we've put in the end of the catapult farther than if you just if you had a really long rubber band where you didn't get as much tension when you pulled back, it probably wouldn't shoot as far. And that's one of the things that would affect the usefulness of a simple machine, is the width and strength and length of your rubber bands. If your inner cardboard tube was maybe a different length, that might also affect the success of your machine that you created. So the variables that you use when you create a simple machine will affect how good it does its job when you're done. Building your cardboard catapult today. We'd love to see any video or pictures that you have of you doing this project, and you can share them with us at the email address that's coming across your screen. Have a great day, and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bye.